Welcome back. In your video today, we are going to be gaining insights for Lilith in Cancer or Lilith in the fourth house. We have a lot to cover, so go ahead and put your headphones in and put your phone down, and let's discuss this placement or transit. So first we're going to go over what Lilith means and represents, okay? So first off, in ancient mythology, Lilith was known to be Adam's first wife. It was not Eve, okay? So Lilith wanted to be free. She didn't want to be submissive. She didn't want to be overpowered. She wanted to do her own thing. And because of this, God casted her out of the garden and went on to make Eve to be a suitable mate for Adam. So Lilith can be considered as being very much rebellious. She was considered to go out, sleep with demons, being possessed by the devil, out fucking, doing her own thing, doing what she wanted to do, being liberated. So now, when we talk about the fourth house in the natal birth chart, the fourth house is linked to the sign Cancer, and Cancer's ruling planet is the moon. So when you speak about the fourth house, you're talking about your ancestors, you're talking about past lives, your childhood homes. Okay, if you lived in more than one home, it's speaking about these things: the domestic life, the home base. So let's jump into this right now. Lilith in the fourth house, men and women. So now this placement can suggest that you felt rejected in your family. You could have felt alone. You could have felt dismissed. You could have felt ignored in the family dynamic. This placement can also indicate challenging relationships when it comes with your parents. People with their Lilith in the fourth house often feel that they are not safe in this world. So now these individuals are feeling like they don't know how to fit in. This world is not kind. This world is not safe. This is the feeling that Lilith in the fourth house has. Even Lilith in Cancer, they feel this way. And because of this, Lilith here is one of the hardest house positions to deal with. This can also mean trauma related to ancestors that influences you and causes you anxiety. Black Moon Lilith is one of the mathematical points in astrology. There's also an asteroid called Lilith as well. It is associated with the shame, pain, trauma, and finding your strength after facing your demons. Okay, so finding your strength after facing your demons. Okay, so we already know that Lilith is about going against the grain, breaking the rules. Okay, but through it all, you can find your strength. Okay, after dealing with your demons, which would actually be the other side of you. Okay, because you got the good side and you got the bad side or negative side, positive side and negative side. Positive thoughts, negative thoughts, see what I'm saying and figuring that out. So a little finna fourth house can suggest that you don't feel welcome in your own home. This can be particularly daunting in childhood, okay? So sometimes people with this placement had to even endure abuse at home. Their parents are often unable to give them the security and protection a child needed. Later in life, it can be extremely difficult to find a place in the world where you feel safe. You could feel like your access to nurturing has been denied. Alright, so look, these individuals are having a rough time. They're having issues in the home. They're having issues with their parents, one or both of their parents. Sometimes people with displacement don't settle down, or they do so only later on in life. It can be hard for these women and men to start a family. They can even be afraid to start a family. And why would they be afraid? They can fear that they will pass on. Okay, what has went on with them? Not being the best parent, not nurturing their kids, not being there for their kids the way that they want to be there, okay? So they can have a fear about this. Moving along. So they might find the role of a parent repulsive, or they can be afraid that they would not be a good parent. This placement suggests that one of your parents embodied the traits of Lilith. Okay, so this could definitely mean that your parents One of them, okay? One of them could have Lilith in Gemini. They could have Lilith in the third house, okay? Now, if they don't have either one of those, they can be very Lilith-like. And when I say Lilith-like, I mean they can be very much strong-willed independent, and they wanted to maintain their autonomy at any price. At any course, they might have to face many challenges in life and survive very painful events. In some cases, they manage to integrate this experience and become wiser and stronger, but this was not necessarily the case. So Lilith in the fourth house can indicate that their parents passed on their pain to the child. Okay, so these parents, one or both of them, they did pass on some emotional trauma to their child. Damage, good, passing that on to their children. Okay, and they might even have parents that were very extremely manipulative, one or both of their parents. In extreme cases, Lilith in the fourth house can even indicate the loss of a parent through death, abandonment, or divorce. So now this placement can also indicate transgenerational traumas in the family. There might have been a painful event in the family that caused the family member a lot of pain. Rejection and shame were also likely. Sometimes people with this placement don't understand where their anxiety comes from. This placement indicates karmic baggage. These individuals are bringing on karmic baggage from a past life, things that went on and took place. In their past life, they're bringing that shit into this life to deal with once again. If there are other indicators in the natal chart, Lilith in the fourth house can suggest these people don't recognize their feminine side. Whether it be a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. So their attitude to women can be destructive family secrets that began before you were born is indicated with this placement and continues to affect your life today. There is a lot of conflict and competition among the ladies. You could come from a well-known family from a negative record. So when I say you could come from a well-known family, you could come from a family where everybody knows you, knows your family, very popular family. Okay, but it's also saying with a negative background. Okay, so maybe family members that you have, maybe they sold drugs. Maybe they lived a rough life, the gritty life, the dangerous life. Maybe they're about that life. Maybe they're about that shit. Okay, but definitely they can have a negative record. Okay, maybe you got family members that's been to jail. Always in the hood fighting, fucking shit up. This is what it could mean. So the family has a lot of baggage in general. Your parents can come from different cultures or backgrounds resulting in family strife. As these individuals get older, they will recognize just how manipulative their mother is. These people can have a difficult time expressing themselves emotionally, so they struggle with it. They struggle with being able to express themselves on the most highest level when it comes to their emotions, because they do not like to deal with their emotions. They prefer to brush that off to the side. Okay, these individuals could also be homewreckers. Okay, up somebody else's home, their life that they build. But this can also happen to them where somebody else comes into their family dynamic, fucks they shit up, completely just mess everything up, takes their man, takes their woman, and now they done wreck their house. Okay, these people also can become very much master manipulators. They are strategists. This to speak about how they don't like to deal with painful emotions, painful events. On top of not wanting to deal with that, these people could have had incest in their family or seen incest in their family or heard about some type of incest in their family. So this could be that you hear that your aunt was your uncle. This could be that your cousins are each other or kissing each other or touching each other or humping each other. See what I'm saying? Also, criminal activities surrounded the home is also indicated. A love-hate relationship with family members is also indicated, where you love your family, but you hate their ass at the same damn time. What else can I say about this placement? These people can actually love people to the death, and they actually love to have sex. These people can get it out the mud at any cost. And when I say get it out the mud, I mean they are go-getters. For them, Even sex with them can even be dreamy. These people can also have perverse thoughts in their mind, visualizing having sex with someone that they probably should not be having sex with. Okay, so please keep this in mind. Those things are not going to be for every single body, okay? But one of these things can definitely resonate with you. All of these things may even resonate with you. This does indicate that the parents could have not been fully equipped and prepared when the child was coming into this life, coming into this world. As I previously said before, there's going to be secrets, lies, and deception. And this shit started before these people even came into this fucking world. Alright? And then later on, they'll find out what's going on. Those secrets, those lies, those hidden things. Okay, like I said, it's going to be issues with the parents. Definitely issues with the mother. The mother could have had the child very young. The mother could have had a child when she was older too. But she could have been busy doing other things. She could have been out in the streets doing her own thing. She could have been in jail. She could have had a rough life, okay? Very painful life. Wasn't an easy life. So there's a little bit disconnect when it comes to the mother. The individuals, they do seek out that relationship with the mother. Later on in life, they can find themselves to be, cool with their moms. Also with this, their mothers, they could have been in jail, could have been a prostitute, could have been, you know what I'm saying, could have been raped, could have been molested, their mothers. This is what could have happened to them, whether you know it or not. Alright, but on a lighter note, they are, very sensual sexual people. Okay, and they're very good when it comes to the home and things like that. Being protective, holding down their fort, making sure things are being provided, and things like that. That's what they are about. And when they love you to death. These can be the type of people that can go too far. Okay, when it comes to love, they can love you with all their heart and they can hate you with all their heart also. Okay, so don't be surprised if these people lash out and pop you right in your damn face. Everybody's not going to punch somebody in the face, but listen. These people can go all out when they feel like their home is being threatened. If you're coming for their children, they can also do the same types of things. Lash out on you. Be careful, okay? So this is a very difficult placement to have. It's not an easy placement to have in the natal birth chart. Alright, that's all I have. Please leave a comment if anything resonates with you and be sure to watch the next video to gain more insight on other transits and placements. I want to thank you for watching.